good evening, good afternoon, boys, girls, whatever you identify as. Welcome to my first ever 24-hour readathon. If you read the title of this video, you know we are making this a bit more fun. And we are going to let TBR cards choose what books we are reading. These TBR cards I got from Hey Book Brother, and I'm pretty sure I got them from Amazon. I will leave a link down below to let you know. I already recorded the intro to this video and the entire thing deleted on me, so we are now re-recording. So I've already picked our first prompt and I've already picked our first book. So just for context, there's a heat wave going on in the UK right now and I hate my life. So if the audio is not good, it's because I have every fan that we own in this house running at me constantly. So again, if the audio is not good, blame the weather, don't blame me. Anyway, I'm going to split this into two 12-hour days. For my sanity, because it's a heat wave, and for your sanity, because when I get tired, I get very grumpy, and you do not want to hear that. I absolutely promise you. So it's around 8:30 right now. So we're gonna go till 8:30 at night, and then I might go over. I might do like, what's over 12? I might do like 14 hours. I don't know why that took me. Right, we're gonna stop now. So our first card that we picked is choose a book which has been on your TBR for more than a year. Again, we had lots of options. I just finished the Off-Campus Show by Elle Kennedy. I'm gonna continue the series. I'm gonna read The Goal, which is Tucker and Sabrina's book, and I'm extremely excited for that. So that is what we're gonna be doing. So glad to catch you up on what's going on right now. I don't actually know if it's on Kindle Unlimited anymore because the series came out, which would be so sad if I have to buy it, because the only version of these books that I own is the After Night special editions. I don't like reading Spray Age books, so I'm gonna have to buy it. Not in this economy, I can't be doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that. Also, a lot of disclaimers here. My ADHD does not allow me to just read a book. So I will be reading a book whilst listening to a podcast, or watching a show, or just having a talk, like talking to someone. Again, you can't blame me, it's the ADHD. I've literally just started. Why is it going weird already? I didn't know. Why? I'm gonna say this without spoilers. Why is her stepdad like this? What? Okay. Why did it get worse on the next page? I should have waited. My update should have waited until I turned the page. One thing I've realised about myself reading this is that I think I really struggle with reading smart. Or like anything spicy. I don't know what, I just start laughing. Like it could be a really serious moment and I could be like deadly serious. I'm laughing because what do you mean? And I know this is how, like, I don't even know, it just makes me laugh sometimes, because then I don't imagine the character saying it, I imagine an author sitting down and writing it, and that is absolutely hilarious to me. My only update right now is I'm 6% of the way in, because Girlie's a slow reader, and I love Sabrina so much. We haven't seen a lot of Tucker yet. We're in his point of view, but still, I know nothing about this man, except he has a beard, which is very different from the show. And I think they changed it so in the show he's the youngest person, but in the book I think he's the oldest. But still, I am liking it so far. I just love these people. I will say, Dean is like one of my favourite boys in this whole series, but the way he speaks about Sabrina just icks me out so much. I really hope when we get to this point in the show they change it, because it's gross. It's gross how he speaks about her, and I think we need to stop. We need to stop Dean, because it's not funny. But yeah, I'm 6% of the way in. I will be back for another update if I find anything else funny. Okay, so I'm now 11% in. Wait. Yeah, I'm 11% of the way through, and there's a bit where She's an ex, but she's still a good friend of mine. Actually, I can't think of a single ex I'm not friends with. And I know they put that in there to be like, oh, he's like a good person because all of his exes are friends with him. But low-key, is that a red flag? Because I kind of love him, but like, if I was... The thing is, him and Sabrina aren't dating, so it doesn't matter. But like, if I found out any guy I was like hooking up with or like, anything was friends with all of their exes, I have a couple questions, but they're kind of cute. I had to read a whole smart chapter, and like it's in the scheme of smart being written, it's not bad, but I just can't do it. I can't imagine, because I imagine just Elle Kennedy sat there writing it, and it's just really funny to me. But all the smart enjoyers out there, how would you do it? What about it? What about it do you like? Because your girlie over here is struggling hard. Okay, it's my first quarter-way check-in. I mean, quarter-way, I'm a quarter of the way through the book. Not the readathon. I'm nowhere close. We've got about 10 hours left on the timer. I'm 25% of the way through the goal. I'm on chapter 10. I fear this man is going to cause my off-campus boys ranking to change. Because, like, from what we see of Tucker in the other books, I just wasn't excited to see his story that much. Like, I didn't really care. Like, he just seems like the nice, older, got it together boy. My man's feral. He's absolutely feral. And I think also I'm trying not to mix show and book into one ranking, because like my show ranking, John Logan has to be up there because I'm obsessed with John Logan in the show. But book John Logan, I hate that man. Book Dean, like I like him, but I'm not obsessed with him. Book Garrett is an absolute icon, and I love him so much. Book Tucker, I'm kind of into it. So I'm excited. I'm really loving Sabrina as well. I think she's great. I love seeing her story as well. I want to know, because I feel like we've learned why her and Dean, or we've learned why she doesn't like Dean. But I don't remember why Dean doesn't like her. I think it was the exact same reason. But like, it's such a bullshit reason why they don't like each other. And it really annoys me. I'm scared of when Dean's gonna find out that Sabrina and Tucker are hooking up. Like, I'm terrified, because like he really chats so much shit about her, and it makes me really uncomfortable. And I know it's gonna get worse when he finds out they're together. And also, the big like storyline of this book hasn't happened yet, so I'm excited to get to that. Hopefully we can. I'm definitely gonna finish this today. I have no doubt in my mind I'm gonna finish this today, but I'm really loving it. I'm loving seeing. We're not seeing a lot of our characters. We saw Bo. By the way, completely off topic. Now I found out that Dean and Ali are going to be season 2 of the show. We all know that means for Bo, right? We all know what that means for him, and I'm not happy about it. And I think it's unfair that they've made us like him so much more in the show, knowing what they're going to do to him. I think that's really unfair, and I'm not here for it. And I know I'm going to have to go through that next season. And I'm already filming it, so it's probably going to be out like next year as well. And I'm not excited. Like, I'm really dreading it. But we've also, like, I think we've seen all of our characters so far as well. We haven't seen any of the girls. We haven't seen Grace, Ali, or Hannah at all, but we've seen all of the boys. I don't know if we will, because you see glimpses of this book during Dean's book. They kind of take place in the same timeline. And Tucker's gone a lot. Like, he's in Boston a lot, because Sabrina lives in Boston, so he's there a lot compared to where the campus is. So I don't know if we'll see lots of the other characters, but I'm hoping we see a bit more of them. I'm loving it. I'm loving Sabrina. Her home life is honestly the first like chapter of this book was a jump scare. I did catch my reaction to it like straight away, absolute jump scare. But yeah, hopefully we see a bit more characters. I'm excited to see when we find out about like, the big reveal of this book. I'm excited for that. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's feeling good. And John Logan, he is. I'm obsessed with him. John Logan? No, wait. Did I say John Logan? I'm not obsessed with John Logan. John Tucker. Book just gave me the jump scare of the century. Like, genuinely the jump scare of the century. We read it. His mouth drops lower and lower until he finally kisses her. So I think he's done here. I just said he's topping my rankings. Next chapter, on the forehead. That is mean. That's really mean, because imagine if I stopped reading there for the day. I'm not, because I'm legally obligated to read for 12 hours today. But imagine if I stopped there. That's very mean, and I'm now emotionally invested in this couple, and you can't do this to me. So that's very mean. I've made it 50% of the way through. We've had a change of location. I'm now in my mum's craft room because I thought it'd be a bit quieter in here. I forgot the tumble dryer was on, so that didn't really work out. Anyway, we got 50% of the way through. So I'm now on chapter 20. Yeah, 50% of the way through. So chapter 20. So again, I'm actually obsessed with them. I feel I'm obsessed with them. The big reveal that I think everyone knows about what his book's about has happened. So, and I'm kind of not hating it. I'm not a fan of this particular trope in books. It just really annoys me, but I am really liking it. I will never forgive Elle Kennedy for making me relive Beau's storyline in this book. I already had to deal with it in Dean's, now I have to relive it in Tucker's, and I will never forgive her for that, to be honest. Other than that, I'm loving it. I knew we have gotten so much of Beau in this book, like more than like any other book. Not any other. We had a lot of him in Dean's, but then the first two books we barely saw Beau. But since that point, we have seen Beau so much in this book. Apart from the fact I should have realised that was a sign that we were going to have to relive Beau's storyline, which no part of me ever wants to go through it again. So I'm going to move on very, very quickly. I'm still loving our girl Sabrina, still loving Tucker. Tucker, he's such, like, he's an adult. Like, that's the easiest way to explain it. Like, the other three boys in the series do, like, give college guy vibes. Like, 21-year-olds. Tucker gives, like, 30-year-olds single mum who works 2 jobs. And I love that for him. So, I want to get straight back into this book. I have about, like, 8 hours left on the timer. It's kind of flying. I'm kind of flying through this book, though. I'm saying flying. This is flying for me. I'm usually a lot quiet. I'm usually a lot slower than this, but I'm loving this. This is a really good book to start with because I know all the characters. We've seen Hannah as well, and then you also, because this is on the same timeline as Dean and Ali's book. We've now gotten to the point where everyone's found out they're together as well. So that's when we've seen Hannah. We had a little scene with Hannah as well. We haven't seen Grace. I don't know if we will see Grace in this book. Maybe towards the end. But other than that, I don't think we're going to see Grace. We've had mentions of Grace, but yeah. I'm still ever loving anyone. Logan isn't annoying me as much in this one because it isn't about him, but other than that, I'm really liking this one. So let's just get straight back into it. So I finished our first book. I finished The Girl by Elle Kennedy. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. You can tell by all my updates, I was loving this book. I was loving it. It was perfect. I loved them so much. Until the surprise pregnancy became like the entire plot of the book, which, like, I'm not saying I wasn't expecting because that literally is what the book's about, even I knew that, but I didn't like these characters enough for me to get over the surprise pregnancy of it all, because I hate a surprise pregnancy. I hate it. I hate an accidental pregnancy. I hate it so much. I don't know why. It's just annoying. And then like basically I liked the book until they graduated from Briar. I liked it until then. But I think it was cute. I think the ending was cute. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I just the accidental pregnancy trope just absolutely did me in. So yeah, Taka as a character also started to annoy me because I feel like I liked that he is so chilled and relaxed, but kind of does have everything together. But also he became so like you can be relaxed, but he was relaxed to a different state where I'm like maybe you should start like putting your foot down and not letting everything slide, especially with his mum. His mum drove me up the wall. I hate that woman. I don't know how I forgave her so quickly because absolutely not. If my mum was doing that to my partner, absolutely not. We're not doing that. Sabrina as well. I just kind of felt for her because like it kind of felt like her dreams. And I know this like by the end of the book it all comes together and it's fine, but for a while her dreams were really put on the back burner because of the baby, and that just upset me. So yeah, we are gonna pick our next book now. A TBR card as well. I went to the gym and now I'm home and I'm in my pajamas and it's like 5:30. But that's good enough for me. I'm gonna do a little shuffle of these and then we're gonna pick one. Prompt is choose a book which has a couple on the cover. Wait, I already know which I already know what I want to pick. Okay, we're moving on. Because In Her Own League by Liz Ford. I believe I bought this recently. Recently, I mean by my last book haul. I booked this. I bought this. Well, In Our Own League by Elle Kennedy, which I don't think it is part of the Windy City series, but it's set in the same universe, and it's about Monty, which was Kai and Isaiah's dad. Dad? No, he's Miller's dad, but Kai and Isaiah's coach, and his love story. And I'm so excited. So we're gonna read this. And there's a couple on the cover. See, they're right there. And I think she becomes the owner of the baseball team. Okay, let's get started. I'm officially 25% of the way through In Her Own League. I'm like 100 pages in, I think. Yeah, I'm on chapter 11. I fear I'm absolutely obsessed with them. Like genuinely, I love them so much. I love Reese so much because I think it does sometimes she comes off a bit like bitchy and like she doesn't care and like she doesn't see it as like a family. She sees it more as a business. Yes. But I think if you look at it from her point of view, one, she's been given a club that is like monetarily failing, and two, she's a woman in a man-dominated field. She's going like anything she does is going to be ripped apart. Maybe she's like slightly bitchy about it, but like realistically, she's gonna be ripped apart anyway. And Monty, I love that man. I love that man so much. I've loved him since we met him and caught up. I'm loving Miller in this book as well. Like I just love Miller as a character anyway, and seeing her. We've also seen Isaiah and Kennedy, which that is is that my favorite? No, Caught Up's definitely my favorite. Play Along is probably my second favorite. We met Kai's there a lot as well because he also works. He works for the team now, so we see him a lot. And little baby Max. I don't know. I just love them so much. I'm excited to see where we're going. I mean, you kind of just see the dynamic between them as well. And there's really like a flirty vibe. And yeah, I'm just loving it so much. And Monty's so protective, but he doesn't want to admit to it. He's such a girl dad. He's such a girl dad. And I love that for him. Welcome to day 2. We're going to start our next 12 hours. I'm going to be completely honest. Last night I got to bed and I absolutely crashed. So I didn't read for the entire 12 hours. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I really did try, but I got to bed last night and I crashed and it was hot, so I was tired anyway. You actually can't see me because of the glare. Anyway, I got to bed last night and I crashed. So
I didn't complete the full 12 hours. So I've woken up early today to see if we can kind of make up at that time, but maybe not. Anyway, last night I got to like page 150 of In Our Own League. Again, still loving it. This might be up there with like one of my favorite Windy City books. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna get straight back to reading. Yeah, no new updates other than that. I woke up early just to watch the Summer House reunion. It's reunion week, okay? And I'm insanely stressed out about it. So I'm gonna watch that while I read my book. So if I don't get much reading done between now and my next update, it's because I'm fully engulfed in this. So let's get started.
I fear that Monty is the best of all the Windy Seamen. I'm sorry, Kai. I'm sorry, Isaiah. I'm sorry, Ryan. The others I don't really care about, but like them, I'm sorry, because like, Reese says I'm on a date, and then he replies saying, "Great, when is that over? I'll be the one taking you home." What do you mean? What do you mean? Every chapter of this book is genuinely getting me out. Like, you work for me. He hesitates for a moment, but there's no mistaking the conviction or desperation in his next words. Fire me. I love them. I love them. I love them so much. I can't do it anymore. I'm actually obsessed. I've never been so happy that people were kissing before. I've never felt like this. I'm so happy. It took me 172 pages to get to this point. I'm so happy. I'm genuinely, like, I love them so much. Like, I'm obsessed with them.
So I'm now officially 50% through the book. First of all, this is my favourite series of all time for a reason. Like, genuinely for a reason. Okay, that's a lie. It's not my favourite series of all time. But it's in my top 5 for a reason, and that's because I'm obsessed with all these characters, and I'm so, like, literally just seeing them all, like, having glimpses of them all is amazing. And also because in this book you see, like, my favourite characters in this series, which is Miller, Kai, Kennedy, and Isaiah, and Monty. We love Monty. Monty's been my favourite character since we met him, because, like, he's just the best, and I like that he's finally getting this moment. 50% of the way through, and things are happening, guys. Things are finally happening. We also, what I love about this book is that we're finding out more about the other couples and what they're currently up to. So, like, Kennedy and Isaiah have a house, and, like, there's things going on in Kai and Miller's life, which I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. I don't remember the other books if it was talked about, so I'm not going to say it, but you can probably put it together, what's going on in their lives. There is a quote I love that I literally just read, and that's when I realised for the first time in an awfully long time I got to share an important moment with someone too. And I honestly, I just love them. I genuinely think that they are, like, I've never seen fictional people more suited for each other than Monty and Reese. And I love Reese so much, and I think she's just an absolute boss bitch, and I love that for her. And I think Monty realizing that she's not cold-hearted, and she's genuinely doing what she has to do, but she's making sure she does it in, like, the best way possible, is probably, like, I love that so much. And also her realizing that her preconceptions of him were incorrect, and yeah, I just love them so much, and I wish them the best. I'm excited to see how this goes. We're only 50% of the way through, and I really feel like in my head we're near the end. I feel like that's my only complaint about this book. It's not slow burn. Things are happening quite quickly. But then I'm like, we have like 200 more pages to go. What's going to happen in those 200 pages? But I think I'll be fine because I love these characters so much anyway that I'm like, I don't mind reading about them for 200 more pages. So it's not the worst thing that could happen. I'm going to get right back into it. Okay. I'm going to get back into it because my dog is currently having a mental breakdown. I kind of have to deal with that. So I'll see you in a bit.
single time I read, like, I read a scene of them, I'm actually just obsessed. And, like, so there's a line, wow, I've read too many scripts in my life. Well, this is my scene, you know, a smile cracks on her lips at my teasing tone, but I don't mind sharing it with you. Like, after he comforts her because people were saying, like, awful shit about her because she's a woman, and, like, that really bothers men sometimes, that women exist, you know, so, and he just goes out there and comforts her, and it's just, like, and honestly, the teasing banter, this might be top tier. This might be top tier up there. Is this gonna be a 5-star? If I find a 5-star in this video, I'm low-key gonna be shocked. I don't know my last 5-star was Reckless. So I haven't had one since Reckless. And I don't know, I'm feeling it. I don't want to put out vibes too soon, but I'm feeling a 5-star. Do you want to say hi, Coco? She does not want to say hi. I'm sorry, guys. She's not feeling up to it today. Maybe later. We might get Coco on the camera later. Really found another quote I like. It's been like 5 minutes, but it's the smallest of touches, completely discreet, that anyone were to look over here right now. But the back and forth slide of his fingers against mine reminded me that it's here is all the comfort I need to finally fall asleep. This is mum and dad. These are my parents. I'm obsessed. I love them so much. I will say my only qualm, is that how we use that word? I've always wondered. My only issue with this book is it is very long. And at some points where I'm like, it kind of is dragging, and we're trying to like find conflict so they can't be together instead of, you know, make it feel more natural. I feel like that's my only issue right now, but I think I like the character so much that I don't mind it being as long as it is, but I will say it's kind of dragging now. Okay, quick update. I think I have like 100, maybe 120 pages left, and like, I remember when this book came out, I saw like really mixed reviews. Like, people either loved it or I don't think anyone hated it, but it was more like it wasn't meet expectations. And I hate saying I think I understand why, because I love them so much as a couple. I think these are two people who, the way they're written, their chemistry is insane. Like, the updates I gave you, all the quotes I like, it's genuinely like every other page I find another one, but I don't want to like overload you. And basically, like, I could read you the whole book. The whole book is a quote I love, but like, it's like 400 pages of the same thing over and over again. Like, that's what it feels like. And I feel like for what this book is, the length of it, there's not enough of other things going on, because you have Reese's storyline of being a woman in a male dominated space, but I feel like we're not getting enough of that to warrant this book to be as long as it is. Like, I think with like Caught Up, you had Kai's issue of like being a single dad whilst trying to have a professional sports career. Like, there was enough of that, and then enough of the romance storyline, enough of Milla trying to start this career of her own. Like, you had enough of all of that to warrant the book being as long as it did. This does not have enough other storylines to warrant it being as long as it is. And that's what, because I feel like I've read the same scene 10 times and I'm getting bored. I'm like really getting bored of it now. But like, I don't know. It's a weird mix. I'm going to see how this book ends and then give my final rating, because I don't think it's going to be a 5-star unless the ending really redeems the repetitiveness of the book. I don't see it being a 5, and that really upsets me. I found another quote I really like. I'm on chapter 35, so I'm getting to the end. We're getting there. We're making progress. My daughter's words play on loop again, but this time there's no asking myself if that's the correct label or not, because there's not a doubt in my mind that Reese is my person. We also got book mail. So I got Happy Ending by Chloe Lees, and this is the Afterlife special edition of it, and it's really cute. So I can't wait to add that to my never ending TBR. taking I took like a 5-minute break to discuss the Summer House reunion with my mum, because hashtag Team Sierra, also always. And honestly, she should have been meaner. She should have been a lot meaner than she was, and she was very mean. But honestly, your best friend is hooking up with your ex-boyfriend, so honestly, should have been meaner. My current fear of what I thought was going to happen in this book is currently happening, so I don't know, I'm not... This isn't going to make me hate the book by any means, but it isn't... I know right now by this happening, it can't be a 5-star read, because one of my least favourite things that happen in nearly all romance books is currently happening, and it just... For this book in particular, it was one of those things where I'm like, when I read the blurb and I knew the concept of the book, I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. But it's such... The way it's been spoken about in the book, the entire book, like this whole, like, concept, is such, like, an unnecessary addition, because we already addressed it, and now it's being brought back up. Like, we didn't really talk about this one factor, but we, like, what the relationship dynamic, like, we already talked about it, we've already spoken about it, they went into this knowing that this was going to be an issue, but then were surprised when it became an issue, and I just don't know what has happened in the last, like, 100 pages, I think. So, that's great.
I just finished Inner In League by Liz Tom 40, and I think I'm going to set on a 4.5, because genuinely the only letdown for me was the length of the book. It's so long, and honestly, completely, like, 100. If I wasn't as connected to the characters in this book, I probably would have started skim reading just to get to the end. It was 440 pages overall. And for a romance that's steep. But romance isn't like, there's not a lot of other storylines. We did get a lot more of Reese's, like being a boss bitch, like living, like her like ownership role, and a lot more of that, and a lot more of how that works. You got a lot more of that, and I'm saying a lot more of that quite a lot. And we got more of Monty being an absolute dad, coach, legend. So I think I'm going to do a 4.5, because it isn't... I didn't like it as much as the other, as like Caught Up, Play Along, and The Right Move, which are my 5 stars in this series. So a 4.5 sounds about right, and that puts it on par with Rewind It Back, which seems right in my head. So we also need to pick our next book. I'm so excited. Yes, you have to watch me shuffle these cards again. I'm so sorry. I should have like pre-shuffled or something. But I didn't think that far ahead. Okay. Okay, gonna hold my mic again because I feel more in control. I'm gonna show you the card. Can you see it? Okay. Choose a book where the blurb starts with the word it. Okay, that's a lot harder than I thought this was gonna be. Okay. I'm gonna allow myself this one, because that was a lot harder to find than I thought. And it's When I Picked You by Sasha Lawrence, because it starts with the word it. We have When I Picked You by Sasha Lawrence. No clue what this book's about. Honestly, I got it as part of my Afterlife subscription, and it's such a pretty like edition. So we're gonna start this, and when I learn a bit more, I will update you guys. Okay, so I'm about 100 pages into When I Picked You, and the only thing I feel like I can say is that it's extremely fast paced, and like I love a fast paced book. You got 300 pages, you gotta speed it up, okay? But this is like the opposite problem to In Her Own League, where it's like these people are meant to be childhood friends, and I feel like we haven't had enough time to communicate that they're meant to be childhood friends. From what we've been given, like the context we've been given, I do not believe they know each other. I don't. Okay, spoiler if you really want to read this book. They hook up in the first chapter, and it's like, so you've given me no insight to their relationship to each other. I've no insight on their childhood. I don't know why they stopped becoming friends. I don't know any of this stuff, but they can hook up in the first chapter, and I'm not giving anything. Okay, cool. I'll give you a little synopsis of the book because I actually had no clue what this was about. I guess it was about like filming or something because of the um the title. I don't know why it took me so long to get to that. And basically, you have Renee, who is a film student, and she's currently on like a little bit of a leave from film school because I think like pretty much she's just very burnt out. So she's working at this coffee store, and I think their hometowns in like the Midwest or something. And then you have Lola, and Lola is a pop star. And Lola's whole character, I can really tell, is based off of Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, okay? I'm a self-proclaimed Swiftie. I love her so much, but she is so modeled off of Taylor Swift, it's really obvious. And like certain things in there, I'm like, that's a Taylor Swift reference, that's a Taylor Swift reference. But it's like back to back to the point where I'm like, this is too much even for me. And Lola comes back for her sister's wedding, and Renee was friends with Lola and her sister Claudia in high school. High school? No, they were like childhood neighborhood friends, and they stopped being friends in high school. And I don't know whether something happened or they just grew apart. We're not too sure. But Lola comes back for that, and they kind of reconnect at this wedding and end up hooking up the first night. Um, Renee is like a very like walls up, guards up kind of person because her parents they got divorced or like separated very early in her life, and all we know is that it wasn't a very good divorce. We don't know any other kind of backstory about that except that it was quite messy. And she has like a new stepdad called Dave, who low-key might be my favorite character. He hasn't done anything, but he just seems the most normal out of the bunch. um Lola basically has stepped out of the public eye for a little bit. It's kind of reminding me of When in Rome by Sarah Adams. She kind of steps out of the public eye for a bit. But her management team, who are genuinely the worst, like every single time I have to read something about her management, I hate it. Um, Kind of say, look, you need to kind of explain where you've been. So they kind of want her to film a documentary about where she's been, about writing her fifth album. So she asks Renee, because Renee's a film student, if she will like direct it for her, and Renee says yes, and she can also kind of submit it as her thesis for her film school. And where I am right now, Renee has now gone to California where Lola lives to film the documentary. And yeah, and that's what happened in 90 pages. So that's what I'm saying. We're moving quick, and I don't hate it. Like I feel like these characters have history, and I have no clue what the history is. And like they'll leave little breadcrumbs, but I feel like when you're doing a childhood friends to lovers, you kind of need to include more of the little breadcrumbs. And also, I don't think childhood friends to lovers should be like insta loving. I much prefer a slow burn than that. Because they didn't date. They didn't date when they were like childhood friends. They were just friends. What I can tell from reading it, from what I gathered, there wasn't an attraction there between them. So this kind of is a new thing. But they hook up at the wedding, but they still like each other, and it's kind of like, okay, then date then. But then Lola can't because it's more like being in the public eye. She doesn't want to come out as bisexual because it'll ruin her image. I'm gonna read a bit more and see if we kind of. I want to like. I'm so uninterested in a documentary of this, or like I want to know more about their past and like their childhood and stuff like that, because we talked about it, but we're not talking about it enough, and it's a childhood friends to lovers. So give me the childhood. Um, we just read for 24 hours. Last recap on when I picked you. I think I hate this book, and I think I might DNF it. I think if you're someone, I don't think it's a bad book. I think it's not the book for me. I think if you're someone who likes just cute romance books where they kind of get together and it's just not very serious, it's just cute, you would love this book. I've realised I'm the romance reader where I want like intense backstory. I want other storylines. I don't want the romance to take over everything else. So yeah, I just don't think this is the book for me. Just a quick recap: we read 2.5 books in 24 hours. We read The Goal by L. Kennedy, which I gave a 3-star. We read In Her Own League by Liz Forty, which I gave 4.5 stars, and I am about 50% of the way through when I picture you. And I'm feeling like a 2-star for that, to be honest with you. But anyway, thank you for sticking with me on this journey. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Yeah, I'll see you next time.